Welcome to a very cold and foggy Amsterdam for part 3 of our P&O Arcadia Festive 4-night cruise. In this video, we spend the day exploring Amsterdam's canals and Christmas lights, then we enjoy some shopping, some waffles, and some very strong beer, before heading back to the ship to get warm. Then I head back out to see Amsterdam by night. We started our day with breakfast in the Meridian restaurant. We didn't film as we were sharing a table with 4 people, but here's a quick photo of what we had. We both really enjoyed our breakfasts. After breakfast, we headed up on deck for a quick look at the city, but we couldn't see very much as it was a really cold and foggy morning. We went back to our cabin to put on some more layers. Then we left the ship to walk into the city centre. Which is only about a 15-minute walk from the cruise terminal. We've been here before, but only in the summertime. This weather was quite a contrast. As we got further into the city, things started to feel really festive. With Christmas trees and festive lights in every square. And some very well decorated shop windows. The trees were all hung with decorations too, although they don't look as good on camera as they did in the dim, foggy daylight. We passed by one of the many bicycle parks. Amsterdam is very much a cycling city, and this was a common sight on most streets. As the cold was getting into us, we stopped for a nice strong cup of coffee to liven ourselves up. Suitably warmed, we carried on through the city. admiring the Christmas decorations, including some interesting decorated barges.
I was very disappointed to find the stroopwafel shop was closed. But we made up for that with some retail therapy, including a visit to the peanut butter shop and rituals.
After wandering around the shop some more, we came across a very nice looking little bar. And headed inside for a drink.
I had the Delirium Christmas beer, and although I enjoyed its spicy goodness, I only had one of them because it was 10%. Rich had a very nice pint of stout.
Suitably refreshed, we moved on. Quickly deciding that an espresso with a hot apple turnover and a slice of Dutch apple pie was a great idea. And shortly after, walking back through town, we stopped again for another coffee and an incredibly sweet, warm waffle dessert. As we headed back towards the ship, the fog was lifting a little. And we could see where Arcadia was berthed. So I went round behind the terminal to take some footage of the ship.
Back on board, I had a couple of mulled wines to heat back up. Rich had a couple of beers.
We both started to feel we were thawing out, although the piano bar was far from warm. I guess because the ship's doors were open all day on the deck below. We weren't particularly hungry after the double desserts in Amsterdam, but we decided dinner would be a good idea, so we went to the Meridian restaurant. We both started with the mulligatawny soup, which was perfect for a cold day like this. Then I had the lamb, and Sue had steak and mushroom pie. We both really enjoyed these. For dessert, Sue's was sensible and went for the cheese plate, and me, forgetting how much sweet food I'd already eaten, I chose the bread and butter pudding, which is probably the most disappointing thing I ate all week on board. With barely any bread, it was more like a very eggy set custard. As I wanted some footage of the Christmas lights at night, I headed off the ship and walked back into the city centre. Amsterdam looks great by night anyway, because of the distinctive architecture and the canals. The Christmas lights only helped enhance that. I was getting pretty cold again by now, so I started back towards the ship. But I stopped on the way to film a seemingly never-ending stream of nighttime canal boat trips. We hadn't booked one of these, as we weren't sure how cold it was going to be on board, but apparently they're fully heated, so we definitely will next time we're here. As I arrived back at the cruise terminal, I discovered that you can get these nighttime boat trips from literally just off the ship. I walked back around the terminal to take some nighttime shots where Arcadia was docked. Then I headed back on board. And I arrived back at our cabin. Where sadly our disembarkation letter was waiting. Thanks for watching our day in Amsterdam. We hope you enjoyed the video, and we'd be really grateful if you give this video a like and consider subscribing to our channel. Good night.